Hello and welcome to everyone. Today our guest is CFFC fighter Lydell Poag. Lydell, congrats on your, well, we can say professional debut win, right? How was the experience? What can you say about your professional debut win? How were you feeling heading into the fight? How did that fight come to fruition in the first place? How were you preparing? Can we hear a bit more about your training camp and the process that led you to do your first professional victory?
Well, honestly, it's that was a lot. So I'm gonna try to take it piece by piece. And honestly, dude, this came about because I'm the recipient of what they call the Jackson Wink Monteleon scholarship. And so basically like my manager kind of and Coach Wink here at Jackson Wink, they kind of like flew me out to Albuquerque to train full time. So they kind of like take care of me kind of thing. And I was actually in school to be I was a double major in biology and psychology at first, but but I love fighting so much, man, that I just wanted to do this. And they offered me the perfect opportunity. So I actually won 3 fights as an amateur. One was unsanctioned, so I guess it's not on my record. But all of those were stoppages, and I don't know. I trained for a year and a half. I ended up training because of COVID. So my pro debut actually should have been like June of this year or like earlier. You know what I mean? But things work out, and I'm glad I kind of waited, because I felt like a complete fighter when I was in there, man. Dude, I don't know, man. It was kind of short, you know what I mean? So I don't really know if I was ready to fight for 15 minutes, like a pro, but because it was so short, I just kind of take what I was given and just try to show off what I know the next time I get in there, man. Hopefully someone stays around long enough to let me show off what I really know.
Can you please send massive regards to Coach Wing? He was my guest during COVID time, so I know everything about his greatness and how he treats fighters. And everybody
Yeah.
who came there, everybody was perfectly happy. So I know everything about the dojo. That's great. Can you please tell which is your fundamental martial art? Do you have one or you're pure MMA?
Um, well, I guess if I had to say my fundamental martial art, it would probably be wrestling because I started off as a wrestler. You know what I mean? I got recruited as a wrestler. I even wrestled in a mural for a little bit, but my shoulders were so bad that I just couldn't wrestle anymore. But I played like 6 sports as a high school student. You know what I mean? I just got recruited for like maybe 3 or 4. Nothing too big like D2 and D3 offers like that. But it's probably wrestling. Wrestling's always my base. And yeah, I've been picking up everything from Jackson Wink, man. Like this dude, it's like an Ivy League education for fighters. You know what I mean? And so yeah, it's like every single day we're going over a new practice. Every single day we're hitting jujitsu hard, grappling hard, or we're hitting wrestling or Muay Thai or like whatever it is, or maybe it's just boxing. Sometimes we have so many different coaches, so many different perspectives, so many guys from all around the world. So I just get a chance to completely immerse myself in martial arts completely, man. And I feel like I'm at the point where I'm like a complete martial artist. Even though it kind of took some time. I'm like 23 or whatever. Maybe I should have been a complete martial artist, but dude, I feel great now, man. I feel like the stage is like set for me to take over.
Do you have a nickname?
Yeah, my nickname is actually funny because on the Jackson Wink website, I'm still Young Guns, and I haven't been Young Guns since like my first amateur fight. But my nickname is actually Never Fold, like Never Fold Lydell Poag or Lydell Never Fold Poag. Either one of those is fine, man. But I never fold, not even if I was doing laundry, man.
What is the background behind your nickname? Do you have a story behind it?
you know, on okay, so most of my sparring partners, right, like Christian Edwards or Davion Franklin, or even like Juan Adams or like whoever it is, you know what I mean? They're usually much bigger than me, so I'm usually in like a place where like you take some big shots from these big guys, you know what I mean? But you keep coming for it, you know what I mean? And so my brother Davion, he's actually like 4-0, 5-0 in Bellator right now. He actually gave me the nickname Never Fold because of my attitude. You know what I mean? The go for it, regardless of the guy kind of attitude. So that's the nickname. Nothing too special though.
That's a great story, very much great story. Do you have the favorite strike and the favorite submission?
Yes. Okay, so I'm a super fan of like oblique kicks. I don't know if you got to watch Davion's fight Friday in Bellator, but he hit the guy with an oblique kick and like literally it was only a 22-second fight because the guy couldn't even move. So I love oblique kicks. I throw oblique kicks all the time, even though I never get to show it off, you know? Uh, and I'm also I'm very big on like head kicks too, like the question mark kick. I never get to show that off either because my fights are usually so fast, man. But hopefully next time. And as far as submissions go, I'm a tall guy, dude. So like guys like to shoot on me. I go for like a lot of front chokes, guillotines, Darce chokes, bulldog chokes, or like snap downs that like take backs. But yeah, I don't get put on my back too much. But whenever I am on my back, I got a pretty sturdy triangle too, man. So.
How does one day in your life look like?
Okay, so I'd say around like 9 or so, maybe 8 o'clock, I'll wake up and I'll eat, get a little workout in before sparring at 10 o'clock, and I spar for an hour with the heavyweights. Then that's when I spar for another hour with the lighter weights, and then sometimes I'm a pro now, but at first I used to go to amateur sparring also after because amateur sparring is the last sparring. But after that, I'll probably have maybe a private or two. So that's like another hour of work maybe. And then that's when I'll have like maybe a little 2 hour rest until my 3 o'clock class. And that's like a pro drilling class with either Coach Wink or Coach Jackson. Then I'll probably have one more pad session later on. And then 6 o'clock class is usually like striking or some kind of grappling. Maybe it's ground and pound or whatever. But right after that, I try to recover if I don't lift. So I get a lift in, drink some protein, mass scanner, because I'm actually pretty light for 85, right? I don't know if it looked it in my last fight, man, but I can make 70 pretty easily, you know? And after lifting, I just like recover. So I'll sit in the ice bath or the sauna or like whatever that is, you know what I mean? Just something to kill time kind of thing, you know?
What is the best thing for you about Jackson Wink? What makes Jackson Wink so special compared to all other gyms you've ever been to?
Dude, okay, so I've only been training like a year and a half at this point. Like December would make 2 years, or January would make 2 years of next year. And what I can say is like here, there's no shortage of like high level training partners, regardless of what the martial art is. We have boxers that are high level, kickboxers high level jiu-jitsu guys, high level like wrestlers. We had this guy, the Cuban assassin, Gustavo Trujillo. He was just there recently. It's like a silver medalist, like second in world team. You know what I mean, bro? Great guy. Impossible to take that guy down. So it's like really, it's great because like a guy like me who had no training to come in and work with the best in the world, you automatically have a heads up. You know what I mean? It's not like you're just learning. You're learning, but also at a high level. You get what I'm saying? And so I'd say, yeah, just the wealth of knowledge, like the coaches that are around us, all of those guys are world class. All of those guys have already fought before and like made a name kind of thing. And so, yeah, just mostly the sparring partners, man, the elevation and the coaches, dude. The coaches here love you, dude. And they treat you like they're like your family. Like Coach Jackson gets up 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning still to come work with fighters one-on-one, which is insane because that guy is an icon. He's you know what I mean? He doesn't have to. Coach Wink also works all day, holds pads for people all day. For me, free of charge. I've never paid Coach Wink for a pad session, you know? And yeah, it's just their willingness to like support your dream, man, and go full steam if you want to support Jackson Wink kind of thing. And yeah, it's love here.
Would you like to add something to this interview? Would you maybe like to greet somebody, to give a shout out to somebody, or to mention somebody we forgot to mention?
Yeah, honestly, I didn't really forget to mention anybody, but honestly, I'd like to give a shout out to all my sparring partners here out in Albuquerque. I'd definitely like to give a shout out to my boy Davion Franklin. He's the next heavyweight champion in Bellator, and after Bellator, he's going to smash the UFC. Christian Edwards also, he's a 205er. He's the next champion in Bellator, and after Bellator, he's going to smash the UFC. I'm the next 85 champion in Bellator. I hate to sound cocky or anything, but I believe in myself and I believe in my team. My coach is definitely Coach Jackson, Coach Wink, Coach Alex Existo, striking coach. And also probably a shout out to my coach, Coach Tennyson also. He helped me a lot for this camp and I really appreciate it. So yeah, just those guys, man. We got a solid team around here.
Thank you so much for the interview, Lydell. I will publish it tomorrow, as today I have something already slated, but tomorrow I will send you video right around this time tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Thank you for the opportunity, and I look forward to talking to you more in the future, man. I should be fighting next month, so I'll keep you in touch on that.
Absolutely. Just scoop me a message and you'll get a chance to talk whenever you're down.
Absolutely. Thank you, dude. You have a great one, okay?
Goodbye, Lydell.